I'm not a journalist any longer. I used to be in the French news agency. Now I am the president of the association Euro-Palestine, and I've been in charge for 22 years. And I will speak as an activist and not a journalist. Unfortunately, journalism, I don't know if it still exists in the mainstream media, not in France anyway. And I think that even more than repression, we suffer from the silence of the mainstream media. Fortunately, we use the social media, the internet, to have our own media and our own actions circulated as widely as possible. But I suppose you know the context in France that is even much more repressive than in the than in Scotland and in the UK, and also more than in the United States. Maybe it can compare with Germany now, but I think it's even more in France, because from the start, I mean, from the 7th of October, we were the only country, the only Western country, let's say, that where any demonstration against the bombings was banned. And it's been like this for several weeks, with fines and people taken into custody and so on, before we because with determination and the fact that we did not give up, we could start demonstrating. And when we demonstrate, even if we are very numerous, never one image in the media, in the TV, and so on. And our leaders, our politicians, and the media pretend that nothing is happening in Gaza. I can see that in The Guardian, in a few Western media, even the New York Times, they speak about Gaza, not in France. And this is something very special. So we can see that people are less intoxicated than we could think, because the result of the last elections yesterday in France contradicts all the polls, and the fact that people disobeyed the government, the media, the politicians, everybody, and finally gave a majority, even if it's not a complete majority, to the left and extreme left that have been accused of anti-Semitism during the whole campaign. Because in France, if you are in favor of Palestine, if you talk about Palestine, you are an anti-Semite. If you wear a keffiyeh, you are an anti-Semite. And yesterday, just for fun, we went to the garden of, Tuileries, Louvre, and we covered all the statues with coffees and took pictures like an exhibition, because the koffieh is now a symbol of anti-Semitism in France. So we still think our activists, I mean, in the association, are very, very eager to do things every day. First, because they cannot stay home. And what do we do? I mean, starvation is something horrible, but everything is horrible in a genocide like the one in Gaza. I mean, when you know that more than 1,000 children in 9 months' time have been how do you say, maimed, amputees of one or two limbs. And this is something that cannot be imagined. So we try to show what the media don't want to show. So we demonstrate about starvation, for example. We demonstrate with big posters of children from Gaza starving, lots of posters like that. Then we organized street shows where children and teenagers beg for food with empty pans and how do you say, containers, and someone comes and give them a red soup, red like blood, of course, and in the end, after having their soup, they throw it. You know, we organize the shows on mannequins. I don't know if you pronounce it like this, with the face of Netanyahu, Biden, Macron, and they throw the blood to their face. And also another thing we did, for example, just to give you an example, we go and disturb the people working in the French Foreign Affairs Minister. They have a restaurant, and at lunch they are comfortably having lunch, and we go there and we have the posters of the children starving, and we enter and wish them good appetite, and of course we spoil their lunch. So, and of course we film everything we do, and then we put it on the media, and we and it's terrible, because in France we're having the Olympic Games in Paris coming in 2 weeks' times, and you know that Israel is welcome at the Olympic Games while Russia and Belarus are excluded. And every day for more than 1 month, every day we are in front, at least every day 20, 30 people, we are in front of the organizing committee of Olympic Games, and we are not just chanting slogans, we are making fuss with real noise, you know, with pans and with whistles and sirens, and making terrible noise. And so the people working there started talking about it, and some come to see us. But it's very difficult to change the situation, because if no one is taking any sanction, I mean, no government, because we are, of course, taking sanctions with the boycotting Israeli products, Israeli generic drugs, Teva, and also all the McDonald's and so on, Starbucks and Hewlett Packard, who are very collaborating with Israel in a very visible way, because so many firms collaborate with Israel. But if you take too many, I mean, it was the Mandela tactics, not to take too many targets so that people can do it. Carrefour, for example, since they have sent free parcels of food to Israeli soldiers, it's a real complete boycott. I mean, it's not just that we don't buy this or that product inside, but it's really working. And so we are taking this kind of sanctions, the only ones we can take, but it works. I mean, we can see that they are losing money. And we don't know. We agree with what you all said about the analysis of the situation. I just wanted to ask Professor Yunus one question. Is it something completely sure that you will have the choice only between Biden and Trump, or is it too late to have someone else? It's not that I think that one different man can change the world. We can change the world, not the candidates. But I was really wondering whether you will be confronted with this choice, Trump or Biden, and that's it. This is one question for you. And well, if you have questions for me, you will be welcome. And I just want to add that it's not possible to attract people only with sad things. So we always have a mixture of the sad things that we want to show people. And you were talking about culture, and I think this is very important. So we create songs with known tunes, music, but new words for Palestine, many songs, and also we dance dabke. We have many young people dancing dabke, and we have so these street shows, but also people love singing. And so we sing and we distribute papers with the words of the song, and we have hundreds, thousands of people singing with us. And well, it's important, because otherwise the risk is getting demoralized and having less and less people attending your demonstration. So this is the kind of thing we do: boycotting, having being every day in the street, sometimes with a small number of people, sometimes with a large number, but always there to show that we're still there and that we don't give up.